Sleep hygiene. Do these 3 things to sleep better. Hey, it's Coach Vulcan, and today we're going to talk about 3 things you can do to sleep better at night. And is it books? No, it is not books. It is something that actually I want to play a game with you today. I want to play the Sherlock Holmes game. What is a Sherlock Holmes game? Well, it is when I am telling a story inside our episode today, and you try to figure out, I'm going to be leaving footprints and handprints inside the story today for you to try and figure out what are the specific tips, the specific habits that if you have them, you're going to have a good restful sleep at night. So, and at the end, we'll talk a little bit more about what these things are. I'm going to reveal them. This is something completely new. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm kind of excited. Are you excited? You're excited. So yes, let's get started. On today's sleep episode, I want you to ask you actually, before we begin, what is your biggest dream, your biggest goal and vision for yourself in your life? I know that's a big question, but if somebody asked you, what would you say? If you could have anything, what would you really want to have? And then let's say you want to be a business owner, which is one of my dreams, not having to wrap a tie around my neck, but just make money doing what I love doing, like teaching you, making these videos online, doing something along those lines. And let's say you want something similar, to be your own boss, to not have a boss, somebody bossing you around and having to commute to work. And let's say somebody offered you $1 million, but the catch was you must abandon your dream. Would you do it? Well, today one of our characters is going to be faced with that exact question. And just give me a moment. So, our character today, now that we have the lights up, this means it's time to begin the story. And our story opens up with Ron. We met Ron back in season 1 of the Sleep series. He was a man who defeated All Wise as the queen of misery, despair, and bad sleep. And now Ron is waking up from his bed, and he is happy. He had just had a normal, restful sleep last night, a full 8 hours, and he springs up from bed. He removes the curtains from his windows, and he just spreads his arms and lets all the sunshine shower his body. Then he goes to work, and he works. He has a lot of meetings that day, and towards, let's say, 1 o'clock, Ron goes outside. He puts on a white handband, he puts on white shorts and a white t-shirt, and he starts jogging and sweating outside for a quick 30-minute jog. And then Ron has a meeting that might cost him his biggest dream in life. What is Ron's biggest dream? Well, when he was young, when he was 20 years old, he was in the hospital holding his grandmother's hand. And he was telling her, "Grandmother, I'm going to take your apple pie recipe, and I'm going to make a business out of it. I'm going to take your apple pie and I'm going to make it the new McDonald's. Share it with everybody in the world." And his grandmother, he looked at him and she told him, "Ron, you can do this. Go get him." And that is what Ron is doing right now. He's going after his dream, making a business empire out of his grandmother's apple pies. And now he's in a meeting with a man called Harry. Harry, he's a philanthropist. He He has filled the mouths and bellies of more African kids than Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger and Bill Gates combined. He's somebody who just gives, and everybody trusts him because he does that, because he has a golden heart. But what Ron doesn't know about Harry is that Harry has a little secret, and that is Harry had a sleep debt. Last episode or the episode before that, we talked about how Harry had a sleep debt. He was only able to sleep 3 hours a night. And so, to recover from his bad sleep, he had made a deal with Oasis, the bringer of bad sleep, misery, and despair, on that same morning today. And now, he was here to execute on that deal. As Ron and Harry were negotiating, the secretary came in and she offered them coffee. Ron said no, and Harry, because he wasn't sleeping so well, he said, okay, I'm gonna take a cup of coffee. He had to bring himself up, or at least he thought so. And then, so to take a step back, after they negotiated, at the end of their negotiation back and forth, Harry said, Ron, I want to invest in your company. Here is $1 million contract, and on that contract at the end it said $1 million. Just sign your name here. Just sign here. I'm with you. I love your apple pies. Let's do it. Let's do business together. And Ron, because he trusted Harry, because he was somebody that everybody trusted, he took the contract, didn't even read it, and he signed it. And that is when Ron heard Knuckles knocking on his door, and his eyes flashed as flashbulbs because he saw Oasis, the queen of misery and despair and bad sleep, on his doorstep, standing there, facing him. And what did she tell Ron? Well, before we go into that, let's talk a little bit about our Sherlock Holmes game. Did you notice them? I just revealed the third footprint, or the third handprint about good sleep hygiene habits that help promote good sleep. Did you catch them? Comment down below. How many did you catch? Did you catch 1, 2? Did you catch all 3? Let me know. So, which one did we talk about first? The very, very first one I mentioned was when Ron opened up the curtains of his window when he woke up, and he let the sunshine shower him. That is number 1. Natural sunlight on your skin. Natural sunlight on your skin, what it does is, during the morning, when you get it from your window or outside, what happens is simply, during it helps fill up your bloodstream with energy emojis, with bright yellow energy emojis, and you're just energized and you feel good throughout the day. Then at night, that's not the only thing it does. At night, it fills up your body and your bloodstream with blue ZZZ emojis, so that you feel more restful and more ready to sleep at night. That was the first one. Second one, exercise. Ron put his white headband on 1 o'clock and he ran outside, and that right there, exercising. When I found this, I was stunned. But just 30 minutes of exercise, researchers have found just 30 minutes of exercise increases your sleep by 1 hour. How awesome is that? Just having 30 minutes more of exercising, or not more, but just 30 minutes exercising, helps you sleep at least 1 more hour. during the nighttime. I think that's pretty awesome. Do you think that's pretty awesome? You do. Fantastic. And the third thing that we have is coffee. Ron, when his secretary asked him about coffee, do you want coffee? And it was like 5, 6 in the evening. He said no. Why? Because caffeine can stay in your blood for up to 6 hours. So in the late evening and especially at night, it's probably a good idea to avoid that if you want your bloodstream with ZZZ emojis and not energy emojis. We want energy emojis, but in the day, not in the nighttime, right? Of course. Now, going back to our story, what were we talking about? Oh, why is this? She came in with her dark blue hair and her dark blue lipstick and long fingernails, dark blue, of course. So, Ronald, he's looking at her. He did not expect seeing her. He doesn't know what's going on. And oh, why is this? She comes in, puts her fingernail on the contract and says, read here. And Ronald said, okay. He put his glasses back on his nose and he read, in exchange, by signing this contract, you get $1 million. In exchange, you agree to never sell another apple pie ever again. And in that moment, Ron, he looked at Harry and he felt betrayed. He felt absolutely, completely betrayed. And I want to ask you for a moment, have you felt like that in your life? Have you ever felt betrayed by somebody? Have you ever felt your trust being betrayed? For me, I still remember it. I was in 6th grade. I was a very shy kid. I was one of those kids who would sit by themselves on a chair somewhere at the back of the room. But I got a friend. 6th grade, I had a very good friend, and we hanged out. We ate. We went to McDonald's back then. I didn't have such good eating habits back then, but we went together. We got a hamburger or we ate a piece of pizza, and we had a good time. But then a bully from the other class came in and started bullying me. What did my friend do? Did he help me? No, he did not just not help me. He joined the bully and he started bullying me as well. So now I got 2 bullies. I didn't care about the bullies. The bullies, what I cared about is my trust being broken by somebody who I had trusted so much. I felt so much betrayed. I cried. I still remember going home that day and crying with salty tears, feeling them on my lips. The next day I went back, I kicked the fucking shit out of both boys, but that was it for me. For me it was my friend. And what about you? Have you ever been betrayed by somebody in your life? Maybe it was a friend, maybe it was in your relationships, maybe it was at your job by a colleague, or maybe even by your boss. If you're open to sharing that, I'm curious to know who betrayed you. Who was it for you? Comment down below and let me know. Now, this is it. Ron felt completely betrayed. And then what's gonna happen with our story? What happens with Ron? What happens with Harry? Well, tune in just a few episodes to find out. Now, before I give you the preview of our next episode and what's gonna be happening, I want to again get close and personal with you and thank you for hanging out with me. What did you think about the Sherlock Holmes game? Did you like it? Should we keep it? I kind of like it. I think we should keep it, but I want to hear from you. Did you like it? Comment down below. And preview next episode. Next episode we have something good. So, Richard Richard, the man that I believe we ended season 1 with. He's a man. Yes, we did. So, Richard had made a deal. He had made another deal with All Wise as the bringer of bad sleep, insomnia, and misery. And now, that deal was to tell his daughter that she is a complete failure and that she will never succeed in business. Now, however, he's going to break that deal. And breaking a deal with the bringer of misery and despair, how is that going to turn out for Richard? Is Wise just going to let that slide, or is she going to bring him even worse sleep? Tune in next time to find out. I'll see you then.